I'm tired of being cooped up, so let's find something to do this weekend. We may even learn something. This time, we'll be making an inquiry into ichthyology to see the Amazon's rumored man-eater fish, an otter with a taste for the limelight, and a pool where you can hand-feed stingray. Today, we'll be diving into the Denver Aquarium. My name's Nathan, and this is Weekender. The downtown aquarium originally went by the name of Colorado's Ocean Journey and was meant to teach visitors about two waterways in particular, the Colorado, here stateside, and Kenpar in Indonesia, hence the exhibits from Asia. Ocean Journey was doing well until tourism dropped in 2001, leaving it with falling ticket sales and on the hook for $62 million in construction costs. Ironically, for a project started to promote conservation, it was bought up by Landry's Restaurants to be converted into an aquarium/seafood restaurant. Today, the downtown aquarium is the largest in Colorado, with over 1 million gallons of water in its tanks. And past buyout, it did manage to keep its original focus. The first exhibit that you see coming in shows off fish and turtles that can be found swimming in the Colorado waterways, including the state fish, the greenback trout, a species thought to have been wiped out back in the 1930s from competition by their introduced cousins, the brown and brook trout. A little aside here, there are a lot of moving water features scattered along the exhibit trail, like the one you can see behind these turtles. They look good, don't get me wrong, but if you plan to record a video in here, like a family video or something, don't hold out much hope for your audio. Just down from the more tame wildlife, we get to the most infamous fish in the Amazon, the red-bellied piranha. But are they really as dangerous as people seem to think? Well, not really. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't recommend jumping into a pool of them. But the clips of them frenzying, like this one, are almost always of the fish going crazy over carrion. In the wild, piranha actually tend to avoid humans. One of the reasons that they have their fearsome reputation comes from Roosevelt's 1913 trip to the Amazon, where he witnessed a cow get stripped to the bone in minutes. What isn't as well known, however, is that the incident was set up by local fishermen who had dammed the river to trap the piranha and starve them for days beforehand. That said, there are still hundreds of reports every year about piranha taking a bite out of swimmers' hands or feet, so they're by no means cute and cuddly. For something like that, the otter exhibit's a better option. The aquarium has 2 otters currently. One of them was taking a nap when I got there, but the other was more cooperative with my recording. This little guy hopped right into the water to swim and twirl in front of the glass as soon as I pulled out the camera. He must have made half a dozen passes in front of me, even looking to camera and waiting for me to come around before diving in and doing an underwater twirl. The rest of the exhibits were an interesting look at underwater wildlife from around the world in all different depths. The second half being mostly from the reef biomes, giving a nice splash of color to round out the walk through the underwater tunnel section, and my first in-person look at a cassiopia, or upside-down jellyfish. They sit on the seafloor like that to feed their algae symbiotes and give the jellyfish their food source. For the final stop on the trip, we'll hit the tide pool-style stingray enclosure. If you show up at 8 p.m., the staff let you feed them, and they are very much aware that you have their dinner. If you make the mistake of pulling your hand out of the water with a shrimp or fish still in it, be ready to get splashed. If you're fishing for something to do on a weekend, I can say the aquarium is worth a look. And if you find yourself downtown with just an hour or two to kill, may as well go for the halibut. Like if you enjoyed the trip, if you can handle my horrible attempts at humor, go ahead and subscribe. And if you have some recommendations for where you'd like to see me go next, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments. I've been Nathan with Weekender. Thank you for watching.